Welcome to the channel, everybody. This is Hardware Despair. My name is Ryan, and today we are playing Dwarf Fortress. And as you can see, I've got my drawbridge here selected because I got some great comments. I really appreciate all the people who have been leaving me tips on the new series. Thank you so much. There's a couple different commenters that have really helped me out. So I'm going to address some of those issues right now. The first one, I think most important, is the bridge here. Now, this sucker is made of brimstone, which the commenter pointed out is not fire safe. So we're going to need to address that particular issue just simply by, I guess, cancel or removing the building, and hopefully that'll happen at some point in the near future. We'll see. But yeah, we do have, as I recall, a couple of different stone cutters. Let's go to the labor tab and bring up stone. Yes, we do. We have one person who's dedicated just to masonry and stone cutting. So another person who does other stuff, but they're also just dedicated to that. So this should get taken down fairly shortly, hopefully. Okay, and so the next comment was about how the tables can only use one chair. So you can't have, I had just like this setup right here, I had multiple chairs set up around a table, and apparently that doesn't work. I didn't know that. Had not known that. I've been setting up my tables like that since my very first playthrough of Dwarf Fortress back in the old style game. But anyway, that's a great tip. So I just added an extra row of chairs there, and we're going to have to put in some more stools right here on this row, but yeah, we're gonna be fine. Get this thing all sorted out. And of course, I think, yeah, on this layer too, I have plans on making a inn/tavern. Here we go. But as you can see, for this one, this is actually set up properly. That's just by accident too. I have not had enough chairs to put in the side rows here, so now I know, at least I won't have to go through all that of taking them out, so that's pretty handy. But these should, yeah, so one chair, one table, one chair, one table. So actually this row up here of chairs is unnecessary. Go ahead and get those removed. But it's a slow, tedious process to remove things. A little bit quicker setting them down, but it's all right. As long as it works, it works. That's what matters. Okay, so we just got a petition for a guild hall. We want a farmer's guild hall. We're going to approve that in just 1 second. I want my miners to get up here and actually carve us out a guild hall. But that's just in time, because now I realized, hey, if we're going to do tables and chairs, we have to do it a certain way, so that's perfect. I'm glad we figured that out in time. Alrighty, now the next thing, the next comment, which is so crucial, and I need to get to this right away, is that part of the reason why I was having so much trouble with my drinks, in addition to the fact I got it set up a little bit late, but why it's going down so fast is because the kitchen is most likely using my drinks for their meals. So what we want to do is go into the kitchen tab, labor, kitchen. Yes. Now, I should be able to, oh, here we go, drinks. Yeah, so we should turn these off. And ingredient type, they won't use drinks anymore. So the only thing that the beverages will be used for is when the dwarves get thirsty. Very good, very good. Everything else is fine, yeah. At some point in the near future, I might let them use some kind of drinks for the lavish meals. But right now, thank you so much for that tip. That's a huge help. Oh, and while we're back up here on this level waiting for the guild hall to be dug out, I should mention the final comment said something about you need tables inside the hospital for it to work. Now, I did have a traction bench already in here, but I did put a table, so we've got some tables. And in fact, it got me thinking this is kind of smallish. I'm going to add a bit more space, put in some more beds, probably another traction bench and another table as well, because I want a nice large hospital. I mean, this fort is going to start to explode in population, I think. Anyway, we've got enough space here for a guild hall, I think. Very good. Let me go ahead and place down all the tables we're going to need, because as far as I know, all you need for a guild hall is just tables and chairs, right? Maybe I'll put a chest in it just to be safe in case they want to put like a musical instrument or maybe some cups or mugs in here. There we go. Do I not have it? Oh, okay, I do. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm going to lay down some chairs and zone this as a guild hall. Also, I'm going to rezone the hospital real quick. Well, it looks like they've got that bridge taken down, so that's perfect. Let's go ahead and add ourselves a new bridge, and this time I'm going to make sure to build it out of something which is fireproof. Very good. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, I need to set this to that. There we go. Yep, make sure you set the how it raises properly. That's good enough. Now, oh crap! I just had to make it out of the nearest construction material. Okay, so we need to redo that. Let's go back in there. I'm glad I caught that because I specifically want it to be made out of, well, something that's fireproof. Obviously, that's the whole point of this exercise. Okay, so chert I believe is fireproof. Boom. Okay, yeah, I just double checked it. Chert is fireproof. I just Googled Chert Dwarf Fortress and it pops up the wiki. You click on the particular mineral that you want to read about, and as long as it says fire or magma safe, then we're good. So Chert is wonderful. I also did go through and kind of look around the walls, especially in these areas that are discolored, and just to make sure none of this is brimstone. And it's not. It's all claystone and chert. So I think we're good. We don't have any other any other brimstone to worry about. Looks like they've got most of this done too. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding the second layer. Now, of course, if you didn't catch it in the first series, what I like to do is we'll go up to this first layer here, this first level. So obviously these dwarfs can't just lay all the walls here without a walkway. So we're going to use some flooring for that. I'm going to grab constructions, floors, and we'll just start the small piece right here. And this is good. I'm glad it's asking me what I want here because I definitely don't want them to use limestone. That's our flux stone. We'll just do claystone. Claystone for all. So yeah, I'm going to go around the perimeter and set this flooring so the dwarves can have somewhere to walk. Then once that's laid, all of it's laid down, I will go ahead and start setting in the second story of walls for our fortress. Okay, well, I've got the floors all laid out, and while I was up here, I noticed, oh boy, the wood stockpile is empty. Let me go ahead and set an order for the wood. After I noticed that, I went down and I looked at the charcoal stockpile just to see how it was doing. You guys need to take a look at that. All right, we got a whole bunch of wood chopped, set to chop there. So I came down here to check our charcoal, which is doing fine. We've even got wood down here a little bit, so that's perfect. But look at all these bars. We've got steel bars sitting here. Look at this steel. I think there's that one or two platinum, but mostly this is iron, pig iron, and steel. There's a little bit of pig iron right there. Those brown bars. Man, that is sick, though. So it's time to actually start making some stuff. Now, if we go up to, what layer was it? I'm trying to think of the military layer. Hold on. Let's start from the very top, and I'm going to work my way down. Where did I put my military at? I've forgotten. I swear. Okay, this was it. Do I have this set to anything? Let's go back over here. I don't think this one's set, so I'm going to put it... and then recenter. Hold on, I got to figure out where I'm at on this list here. Okay, I see it. I just hadn't scrolled down far enough. So we're at elevation F9 is where this one will be. I might already have this set. I need to jump through and double check that because I've forgotten. But the whole point of looking for this level, which this is where we're going to set up all the armories and where our troopers are going to train and live, the barracks and stuff. But first, I wanted to take a look here. Okay, so we got some iron warhammers. I made spears because... yeah, we are, there's extra money for those in trade. That's what our broker told us when he traded with the last group. So that's why we made some spears. But it is now time, I believe, to actually start going into some steel armor. So even if we have to supplement some iron pieces, I'd like to have like a whole contingent of dwarves who wear steel. So we're just going to start with, we'll go with something simple. Let's do steel. And I'm just going to look for a shield. That way, I know everybody's got a really nice shield. There we go. Forged steel shield. And they'll do 10 of them. As long as we hold out with our steel bars, then we're good to go. Now, one thing I need to check on is I think a couple of these smelters are new, and I have not put work orders in for them yet. So let me go ahead and do that. Double our steel production, essentially. Okay, well, I've got our forges set up to do more pig iron and more steel. In addition, I got one of them do a little platinum too when it's not busy. But also, I'm going to set up some platinum flasks so that we can trade with those. Now, eventually, we'll want the platinum for making furniture out of and stuff, because as our royal pawn appears, which I'm sure we'll get one eventually, yeah, we're going to need some good furniture, a good sarcophagus for that pawn. So that's what I'm going for, some extra platinum just for the royalty. Well, a couple of things to go over from last episode, and number one are the temples that we're setting up here. Now, as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of temples already established. Not this place right here. That's our inn. I just established that and assigned a dwarf as the bartender there. But you can see we've got even more spaces being dug out. That's for future temples because there is just a lot of gods in this particular world. So what I'm going to do in order to remember where I left off so I don't duplicate temples dedicated to the same gods, this was the corner I ended on. So I'm going to select it, I'm going to view it, and it is for dedicated to Kirar, Gladspondard. So once we have an open room, like right here, I'd like it to start on the end because that's my kind of how I've been going. So left to right, then right to left. That's how I remembered that I ended in this position. So as soon as this guy gets done, oh, and he's taking a break too, of course. No worries. As soon as he gets done, we'll be good. Uh-oh, look at this. We've got recenter melancholy. I think this was because he was not able to get the items he needed for his special mood. Is that him? Yeah, I believe we did have one of those I forgot about. And, well, that's too darn bad. But we lost a child. You can see we've got somebody who's very, very unhappy. Hopefully it doesn't bring down the whole fortress. We'll see what he does. This child, since it's a child, I don't think it can do a whole lot of damage to us. But where is he? I don't see him. It just keeps showing the... I have to find him in the actual units list, I bet. All right, well, here he is right here. Can't do much about it. I do have a dungeon set up, so if he starts to do anything nasty, hopefully, well, we don't have anybody to dispense justice yet, though. Yeah, we'll have to get that solved, but you can see I'm starting to fill out some of these sarcophaguses, so maybe that's where he's going to end up, sadly. We'll see how it goes, but... yeah, I'm going to work on finding a way to deal with that little dwarf. Okay, and he just finished clearing out this room, so let's start our temple construction again. Go to meeting area, drag it over the full extent there. The reason I include the walls is because we'll one day smooth out these walls and engrave them, and I'm hoping that'll give it a little bit more of a bonus there. So we want to accept it. Now we go into this and say temple. Now it lists the deity. And we scroll all the way down right here. Kirar Gladspondard was the one we had next, or the one we just finished. So we've got all these you can see here. Nukar, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more deities to dedicate temples. So we're going to start with Tumors of Fate. He's the next one. Boom. And then I'm going to do that for all the remaining gods we have left here. Okay, so another thing I'd like to cover from the last video is the caverns that we discovered. So here we are at the area where we've got the drawbridge. I don't think I've set this one to a lever yet, though. So let's go to our lever room. Let's double check. No, I don't. I have the lever ready. So let's go ahead and link it to that drawbridge. This will also is a good reminder for me to go and check the surface, see if our new one's been built. All right, so they should link that. Let's go ahead and make it a priority. Good, good, good. Now, let's go down because this is just a backup system in case something really nasty comes through the caverns for us. So I'm going to show you, we've got a single staircase leading down. Also, we'll go over this section that I've carved out here shortly. Let me zoom out a little bit. So it's leading down right here in this little jut, or this little outcropping of stone here, right to this level. So next, I'm going to, for one thing, there's a couple things going on here. We've got a little open room in case, for whatever reason, we need to stage a bunch of dwarves down here to get into a fight or something like that. We've got a little bit of space, not a lot. Secondly, you can see, if you look closely, these walls have been smoothed. So I'm going to go back into construction since we did that last episode. Now I want to turn that into a fortification, but I think it's done through this order. Since we're not placing it, we're actually converting a pre-existing wall. I'm going to go right here, carve a gap in the smooth wall to allow your archers to fire upon invaders. And this should also, in addition to allow us to fire on invaders, it allows us to see. So if there's any spots we can't see just from where we've explored so far, it'll open it up. So that is the reason if we go back up here real quick, that's the reason I've dug this particular section out right here. So let's deal with this. So this right here is to allow me to see into the deeper caverns here. If we go down from this spot again, yeah, you can see that there's sections over here that are kind of cut off. Means I haven't viewed them properly yet. So I'm going to set this up, get this worked here. We're going to dig some staircases down here somewhere. I'm going to have to figure out exactly what's the best spot. And then I'm going to smooth some stone and make some fortifications so we can see on that side of the caverns. Okay, so I'm going to unpause it, let the dwarves get to it here, and you can see I've got a couple different pillars set up here. I thought I just saw something. What is that? There's something down there moving around. I think it's just different birds or whatever in the caverns, which is strange. But, oh, there should be some stairs right there. Hold on, why am I not seeing stairs here, but I see them here? Huh. I'll figure that out in a second. But, yeah, so I've got two different sets of stairs coming down. They're coming to mine it here. And, again, this is just so I can get into these pillars here and smooth some of the walls, then make fortifications, just for our advantage so we can see. I'm not trying to necessarily build any more doors or entranceways, but we might see how it goes. But the caverns, I don't think we're quite ready to really get into them. I'm just getting prepped and set up. You know, that's why I've got the bridge and we're going to be linking it. Also, I need to put a hatch cover right here. Let's see if I have any hatch covers. Wait, I think it's its own thing, isn't it? Yeah, doors and hatches. There it is. I think I have an extra one. Yes, I do. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going extra careful. We can lock the doors, lock the hatch cover, lift the drawbridge if needed. But like I said, we're just getting set up for it. Once I get a group of fully armored dwarves who are undergoing training every other month for the army, then we're going to open up into the caverns and do a little exploring. Alternately, we should get some more soldiers come along and want to join the colony once we get some more rooms and stuff, which I am working on. We've got even more bedrooms being laid out, so that's good to go. Now let's see here. Have I set all these? No, so this one's not quite set yet. We can do this, even though we don't have the full range of furniture in here. If we just have the bed and the door, that should be good. So we're going to paint with the multi. Now, I do have to watch this very corner because there's no door right there, so I don't want to do that one. Paint, beautiful. So now I want to see, okay, they suspended it for some reason. Hopefully they'll bring that door down here. Sometimes okay, perfect. Yeah, you got it set immediately. I was going to, sometimes they won't resume construction. Maybe like that particular door has been already used for something, but we got another one right here. Beautiful. But yeah, you just have to cancel it and then replace the door in that situation. But man, oh man, we're doing good now. We got a bunch of individual rooms. We've got these two barracks here. Look at this, 2 beds. I'm going to cancel these. For whatever reason, the bed was already there, but that's weird. Anyway, we'll just replace them here. So that's another way you can deal with that. Hopefully they'll come along and place something there. Also, now that we have an inn, I'm looking for a couple of entertainers to ask to move in here. We'll see how that goes. But so far, no new petitions just yet. Okay, another crucial step that I didn't necessarily forget, but we're just getting to right now because it hasn't really been too important, is setting up our clothing and leather working section. So I put this down here where we've got our farms and whatnot, because it's just one floor below the butchery. So we're going to come down here. You'll see that I've got now a stockpile just set for different leather and cloth options. I'm going to use some bins, yes, bins, and maybe 1 or 2 wheelbarrows. That's fine, but no barrels are needed. We do need to make some bins, though. That's an absolute must. Also, I can tell that my drinks have definitely started to increase more since we've removed the ability for the kitchen to use those, and the food is still fine, so it's not a big loss. Anyway, we've got leather, tanner, the weaver, and the cloth maker here, because we are going to need some clothing for our dwarves, and eventually we're going to need some leather armor for our archery units once we get those going. But everything else is going pretty good. Let's check the floors. Floors are pretty much done. So I'm going to go ahead and start placing the... oh, look, the bridge is done too. Nice, nice. So I'm going to place the second layer of walls. But first, let's pull the lever here because it should be, I think, back in the normal position. Probably doesn't matter, but there we go. Now I'm going to link this to a new building. Link lever. Let's go back to the first one. Yes, here. And of course, once we link it, we're going to have to test it. But I'm going to do that. Whoa, where are all these guys going? Ah, they're grabbing that wood. Look at that. You can tell some of them were desperate for wood by a little trail of ants that goes out there and grabs any available wood. Oh boy, well, we've got a mayor. Somebody just got elected mayor has risen here. So we're going to have to set him up with the obvious different things. Look like he's already picked himself out of bedroom, so that's good. But yeah, we should be able to make, this is going to be his office. Ooh, I need to add some more furniture to that sucker, but that's good. Now, let's see here real quick while we're down here. Looks like the task is done, so let's pull this lever. Again, this is to test the bridge. Real quick, though, while we're down here, I am going to place that chair. Let's go ahead and put a bookcase in there too. That's just, make it a little nicer, and maybe a cabinet in case he needs to change some clothing or something. So that's perfect. Let's set that. I'm going to do an office. Excellent. And that'll be the mayor's office. So now we're going to go into, oops, I should have kept that window open. There we go. Let's go in and set this as the mayor's office. Beautiful. So he should be okay once we get the furniture moved in there now with that. But I think, what is he? He doesn't need a dining room, does he? Oh, he does need a dining room. Okay. Well, that's no big deal. We can set that up. Also, he needs a weapon rack. But I can just make sure, yeah, to put a weapon rack in his bedroom or something. Anyway, let's go up to the surface and watch for this bridge to make sure that it goes up properly. Somebody's going to get up. Okay, it looks good. Oh, man, I hope he doesn't get... This guy's going to get squashed if he stands there. I need him to move before we can lower that bridge down, actually. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Hopefully he'll move. I mean, the time isn't paused or anything. Yeah, these guys are... There he goes. Okay, he moved. Oh, thank goodness. I was a little worried there. We'd get stuck. But, all right, I'm going to hit this switch again, pull the lever, make it really, really quick. And pray nobody walks into the bridge area for the next couple of moments here. Come on. Oh, thank goodness. All right, yeah, so again, as I've mentioned, the goal is to get it so that we're self-sufficient and don't need to go outside the walls, because I want to keep this bridge up mainly like full time. But right now, that means we'd need more access to the caverns, just to access those big mushroom trees down there for wood, which we will get to, don't worry. But for right now, this is what we're going to stick with this. We're just going to fill up the stockpile, I think. Okay, well, I was just down here working on the bedrooms, getting ready to add some more. We've got a whole nother block here just about who's ready to be added. But first things first, we got another mysterious construction, another dwarf possessed, so... I hope we can deal with this one. Let's see, where's he at? He's probably already starting to go down and claim one of the workshop things. So, is that him? No. I'll find him, see which one he's claimed. That's not him. But yeah, I hope he doesn't turn into another melancholy dwarf, because we've still got this guy around here. He hasn't really affected the overall happiness, but I'm sure he's going to starve to death and die eventually. So, I'm going to... Is this him? Nope, somebody just making rock mugs. What about this one? No, still somebody else. All right, I'm going to find this dude. Okay, well, it's actually really handy because the notification tells me everything here. Once he's claimed a shop, it says he's claimed the jeweler's workshop, and then it also says that he's begun the construction. So we don't have to worry anything about this guy. He is over here. I wonder, is he a good jewel crafter? Actually, he's a dabbler at it. Interesting. We don't really have any jewel crafters that I've noticed, or at least I haven't assigned anybody to that job yet. But I do have this set up. This is going to be the raw gem stockpile and the cut gems, and we're going to get that all up and running. I've been kind of waiting on another wave of migrants too, because I'm really looking forward to setting up our first couple of squads. We do need to check and see. All right, I think they've completed 10 breastplates, steel breastplates, because that was the next thing I had it set to work on. Let's see, probably, let's just go down the list here. Steel gauntlet. We'll do, I think we need 20 of those, if I'm not mistaken, because, yeah, you need one gauntlet for each hand. So let's see if they can't get that completed. Let's see here. That looks like iron, so we just grabbed it. We do have some steel bars in there. I don't know exactly how many, but yeah, that's good to know. At least these bins are holding most of our stuff now, so that's pretty good. Oh yeah, we got tons of iron and pig iron still. We might be getting low on charcoal, but no worries. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, it created a white Chalcedony hatch cover. How exciting. I tell you what, that's awesome. What we're going to do with that is these three rooms right here are earmarked for the Baroness or the Baron, whoever is our first royal pawn. So what I'm going to do is I should have some pedestals already set up. Whoops, hold on. No, we want furniture, display, and let me just say, let me select what we got. Yeah, we've got a whole bunch. So I'm going to put a couple in the bedroom. And as we get more mysterious constructions, we'll distribute them here in the royal's bedroom. That's the best way. Maybe it's not the best way to get the room quality up, but it definitely should help, I believe. All right, so I'm going to finish that off, and as soon as one of them gets placed, we're going to assign that beautiful hatch cover. Okay, we've got the pedestal set up, so there's the special hatch cover, good to go, and it's going to go right here in the bedroom for him. Like I said, we don't even have a pawn yet who's royal, but it's good to have all that set up and ready to go. Speaking of which, I do have the mayor here, and his bedroom and office are decent, but what we need is a cook or a dining room for him. So I did dig out this area, but I don't know if we have the tables yet. Okay, we do have a table now. Perfect. So let's get a chair set up, and we might actually have a couple of statues too. I'm going to throw these in here. The mayor doesn't necessarily need the fanciest of rooms, but it's nice to have him covered there just in case, we don't want him getting upset or anything and starting some crazy old work orders or bans on different products and stuff, which they will do. Okay, I have assigned the mayor to his newest office his new dining room. As soon as they come and put the stuff in there, I think he'll be good to go. Let's just check on him. Yeah, see, so far it's like tentatively satisfied, but I think he's good. Hopefully he won't get too upset with me. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy the content, hit like and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. Check the description down there for all the different links I've got, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Hey everybody, thanks for watching, and now check out this fan art by a couple of my Discord members, Finn and Vita. It's pretty good, and I love the cuttlefish.